What will you do with a 10 hours layover in one of the most beautiful and iconic cities in the world?
Would you stick it out in the airport, or would you risk your sleep, your comfort, and your connecting flight to explore the city? Well, of course, we went for the second one.
As you can see, we are not in Italy right now, we are in Colombia, where we are filming a lot of content for you guys. So make sure to hit the subscribe button to don't miss out.
After an unforgettable week in Crete, we started to make our way back to Vienna. But first, we had a 10-hour layover in Rome.
We decided to make the most of it.
But before the adventure could begin, we first had to spend around 3 hours in the airport trying to sleep before we could get the first bus into the city at 4 a.m. The bus ticket cost around €7 and it took us 40 minutes to get from the airport to the Termini station. We could have also taken a train, but because they leave later, we decided to take the first bus in the morning.
By 5 p.m., we stood before this iconic marble with not a single tourist inside.
It was surreal. If you ever have a layover this early, visiting at dawn is an absolute must. And here is a quick look at the Colosseum from the drone's eyes.
We bought a day ticket for the buses and the trains, to be able to take as many buses as possible. And for our first ride, just 2 stops away from the Colosseum, we found another treasure.
The Roman Forum, Caesar's Forum, and the Palatine Hill. This area is surrounded by ruins and gardens, and it felt like stepping back in time. You might be wondering, why didn't we just leave the luggage at the airport?
Well, the luggage storage was out of service that day,
which meant carrying everything with us. A small setback, but I guess you could say it added to the challenge. If we wouldn't have had our luggage, we would have probably rented bikes to explore the city. Our first break was a quick coffee and a croissant near the Colosseum. The service wasn't great, but at least the food was decent. And onwards we went. The next stop was Piazza Navona, but only to find it was under construction. The transparent fences that surrounded us gave us a little bit of a glimpse of its beauty, but it wasn't quite the experience we were hoping for. But we didn't lose hope. We kept on walking, and 5 minutes from there we found the Pantheon, which was not under construction. It was still relatively quiet, but the crowds were starting to build.
Did you know the Pantheon has been in continuous use for almost 2,000 years? Its dome is an architectural marvel that still amazes architects today. One of the best things about Rome is walking its streets.
Every turn brings a new surprise, whether it's a cozy alley, a beautiful cafe, or the amazing charm of the cobblestone streets.
The city feels like a living museum, blending history and modern life perfectly.
Next up, the Trevi Fountain. We've been looking forward to this iconic spot for so long, but guess what? It was under construction. Even so, we did manage to catch a glimpse of it through the transparent scaffolding. And honestly, by this point we weren't really disappointed. Instead, we felt so lucky to experience the city how we had, without crowds, without tourists, just its natural beauty. With 3 hours left, we returned to the gardens by the Roman Forum. And the city started to burst. Buses, cars, and people everywhere. But we found a quiet terrace overlooking the Colosseum, and we enjoyed our quiet peace there before heading back to the airport. It's the perfect spot to relax if you find yourself in that area.
With time to spare, we made our way back to Termini station. The bus stop is easy to find, just at the right side of the main station. Remember, you can buy the tickets in the website to get them cheaper.
So, was it worth it? Absolutely. A layover might not give you enough time to see everything in the city, but it definitely gives you enough time to experience the soul of the city. If you enjoyed this adventure, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. What would you do with 10 hours in Rome? Until next time, and keep wondering.